No, one book.
And still, it's like I'm the last of the real. It's like I'm the last of the.
Before we begin,
Yes.
would you like a Maggie?
Yes, I would like a Maggie, man. Yeah, man, straight from yard, man. Living me up. I'm ready. Just come from work, so that one do me good.
Where the fuck are my Maggies, mate?
I like that, man. Come and clutch.
Yeah, man.
Come clutch for the Maggies. Bro, I've had so many mad nights on the Maggie. This won't be one of them. Trust me, one I'm good. Thank you, bro.
You want one? You want a Maggie?
Yeah. These right here, if I get to the party late. Yeah, catch up. But sometimes I overdo it. Sometimes I bang too quick before I get to the party, and then next thing you know, it kicks in.
First time I had it was I was queuing up for Box Park in Shoreditch. The way it hit me, oh my god! I was thinking double of everything.
Wait, I have to mention this before we start though. I saw Amir. I saw you when it was, I think, all the comedy. I can't remember what we were celebrating. Yeah. And he was just like, Snooker, it's like, I love you, bro. You were gone, bro. It's like, I love my roots. He was holding my face. He was like, bro. Oh, man. I was so my woman hasn't even shown me that much love, bro.
I was actually in my feels. I remember Shaki was looking at me like, bro.
Shaki got,
you know what it is? You know when you're at a party and then the latecomers are so...
Yeah, everyone was gone.
I don't like that. Because now you got to put on your best act.
Yeah, well, I was calm, man. It's calm.
Bro, how you been?
Been good, man.
Yeah?
Been good.
Good.
A lot of work, but yeah.
Bro, you are so busy and you're so, like, difficult to get a hold of. Like, we had to postpone this, like, what, 6-7 times?
Yeah, it was a while still. But I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me, for sure.
No worries, man. Where were you today?
Filming JD Stratford. TikTok's got a new sign coming.
Yeah, good.
So it was with Specs, PK, JD. Yeah, man, it was good. It's good shoot, man.
By the way, have you heard Kendrick's new album?
Yeah, man.
Do you like it?
You know what? I haven't given it its time yet, but I've been listening to certain songs and picking them out, and I feel like, yeah, man, it's like it's an album where he's got deeper, you know, he's really spilled some things, man. Similar to in a weird way, it reminds me of Jay-Z's last album. I think it was, where he started talking about his mum being gay and other things going on, like some real deeper stuff. So.
But a lot of people are disappointed because it's not similar to Damn.
Yeah.
They weren't expecting the I got.
They wanted
they wanted the DNA, they wanted the humble, but they didn't get that. After how many years of not releasing an album?
What did you think? Did you like it?
I liked it, but I feel like I should give it another listen just to like actually take it in. But the first listen, yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah.
There was one song that gave me like Eminem Kim vibes. You know when him and some other women are like having to go at each other. That gave me like that gave me like Kim vibes. And do you know what? With J. Cole and Kendrick, I swear to God, because they always almost like J. Cole in a way follows Eminem's flow here and there sometimes, and he always name drops him. Yeah. But it's kind of like, why wouldn't you just feature him on your album? It's like, why are they so afraid of actually featuring like one of the GOATs?
to be fair, it was a mad story, a bit of a sidetrack, but I heard Eminem, to test Kendrick, what he done was the first time he went to record him, he invited him to studio, and Kendrick came with his boys, and he said to Kendrick, can you tell your boys not to come in, you have to go into the studio and record by yourself. And he thought that Kendrick might have a ghostwriter, and then after that day he realised Kendrick didn't have a ghostwriter because the verse was mad. And he was like, I actually rate this guy now, I can call him like a goat.
I read a tweet, someone, I think they were just hating, someone was like, I think Kendrick should just stick to ghostwriting.
Yeah, hater, man. They're Drake fans. Bait Drake fans. Was it you?
To the Drake fan.
Was it you a bit?
No. I could never. What do you reckon he ghostwrites?
What?
Kendrick?
Nah. Well, for other people.
I could believe that.
Yeah, possibly.
I could believe
possibly. Yeah, man.
Definitely for, what's his name? Lil Keem?
Yeah.
Lil Keem, his cousin.
Lil Keem's cold, though. I don't think he does, but.
Do you reckon he might have some input? Come on.
Nah, I don't think so.
If I went to my cousin, he's writing some shit lyrics, I'm gonna pattern him up.
I think Keem's a vibe by himself, man. I think he's just got such an energy, man.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because he hasn't done a verse as cold as Kendrick, you know what I mean? To be honest, from what I've heard, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Bro, you are like one of the fucking sickest DOPs that I know.
Appreciate
man.
It, bro. Appreciate it.
I need how do you manage to spend so much time away from home? That's why.
This question might get me a bit of trouble. Nah, joking.
Oh, I think I know. I think I know what you're gonna say.
So yeah, obviously I got the 3 kids. I'm a newborn at the moment.
Yeah.
It's testament to actually having good mothers for my children. Aside from the differences with my previous partner, she's a great mother to the kids, so that helps a lot. And I think it's just about spending quality time with the kids, but also it's just about making people understand that this journey is greater and has a purpose that isn't selfish, you know? I feel like that kind of allows me to be away, not for too long. Obviously, I still have to balance it with the time that I spend with everyone. But it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely difficult. But yeah, I think it's purpose. It's purpose, bro. I can't leave this earth. Not to go too deep, too quickly. My thing is that I've got a duty to my family, my children. But in this earth, we've got a duty to the world, and we've got talents and stuff that we've been given, and a purpose and stuff that have been set in our hearts that we need to share beyond just the selfish ring of our family and our partnerships. So I just feel like, for me, if I don't share that, I'll probably just die inside, literally on the spot. So
you're a freelancer, right?
Yeah, freelancer.
I always thought to myself, for someone who's a freelancer, are you like not concerned about getting work?
Bro, I'm always concerned, if I'm honest. Like,
but I feel like, you like, one project ends, you're just grabbing the next like there's no tomorrow.
It's funny, yeah. I think as a freelancer, especially in the film industry, like when people are like, "Raw, bro, I see you're busy," I'm like, this is like my 9 to 5, so I better be, because I have to pay the bills every month and progress. So it's kind of like that. I feel like I've been blessed. I've been lucky. I don't promote too much, and I've got a lot of work, but it has been quite a few years in that journey. So no, bro, it's a blessing. But every month I worry. That's the short of it. People might think not, but I'm like, 1 month could be fantastic. I'm like, okay, next month there's no bookings, especially in our industry. You know how it is. I can get a phone call in like a few days before a shoot and be like, look, we got a shoot in a couple of days. So it might not, like, my month could be clear, and I'm thinking, damn, I don't have any work, and then 2/2s, calendar's full again, or you get some really good rates.
It gives me mad anxiety every time I meet a freelancer. I was speaking to this freelancer producer. They just left like their contracted work, and I was just like, oh, fuck, man. Kind of made my heart sink a little bit.
bro, it's mad. It's liberating. You know what? There's a story with The Wall why I actually had to go completely freelance, and I earned the most money I've ever earned in my life as soon as I went freelance. There's a lot more things around it, but yeah, it was actually very liberating. But yeah, it can be
tell me like the beginning. Why cinematography?
Good question. Not to go too far back, my natural talent is visual art and design. I went to the Brit School for Visual Art and Design for college. Done very well in that, and I remember I was always interested in film over the years. There's more history to that, but I'm not going to go that far back. But yeah, during Brit School, we had to cover all different bases. So in my visual art and design course, I had to do a film project. I really liked it, always been interested. And then there was a teacher there who, obviously college is year 12, year 13. There's a teacher there that done year 14, and he done like a lot of big sporting documentaries for the BBC. Very solid guy, Ken McGill, solid. He done like the Lennox Lewis, Holyfield documentary. He done Gazzo, the football player. He done Graham Taylor. Some really big documentaries. And basically, towards the end of Brit, I was like, there was a job that came. I can't remember if it was ITV or BBC, and they was looking for artists to go and do like a cool art attack. They said urban, but they mean black. We're looking for urban people. And like, all right, cool. So while I was finishing up my time at Brit, I was like, I'll apply for that. If I get it, I'll go and pursue my career as an artist, as I went as a visual artist. And then, yeah, if I don't get it, then I will go and study film for a year at Brit on a year 14 course. I didn't get it. Studied for a year at Brit, year 14 with Ken McGill. Told us like proper foundation of filming from editing. We done like all the films for Brit School at that time. Created a new series there as well.
Was that like a solo work, or was that you got put into groups?
Solo and groups. So make sure we shot a lot of our own stuff and edited our own stuff. Sometimes if we have multi-cams, we will come together and whatever. But very old school guy. But the fundamental of filmmaking, he taught me like. That's why I like when it comes to even like I can edit very solid. I don't do it as a profession. But he taught us like, he said as a filmmaker, you need to know the edit, especially as a DOP, you need to know how the edit's gonna be. in your heads already. So he made us edit our own work, so we were fluent in that. So yeah, that was the very start. And then to go on from that, I remember there's a guy called Kyle Craig. Big up Kyle, been an entrepreneur from a long time, like in the area, bro. Kyle's got a whole backstory. But I was like, Kyle, bro, I'm outside of Brit now. I finished my course. I took my life savings that my granddad and my dad saved for me, which was like 2-3 grand, I think it was. Bought a 5D Mark II, a couple lenses and stuff. And said, Kyle, look, you do work in film. If you got anything was paid. And he was like, nah, Reeks, not anything that's paid. But Javan and Percy, your friends from Brit School, like I know obviously Javan, big up Javan Wade and Percy Ascot.
Did you bump into Javan and Pete at Brit School?
I've known Javan since I was 14.
Was he okay?
Yeah, I've known Javan since I was young. He's from the same area as me. So we went like similar schools, similar social circles. Yeah, then Percy I met at Brit School because he was good friends with
Javan.
Javan, yeah.
But you didn't know they were close friends.
At Brit School, yeah. At Brit School, Javan and Percy were like...
They were tight.
They were super tight. Like, they were together. They obviously were in the acting course. So, yeah, man, they were definitely a tight pairing.
And they looked at you and thought, yeah, this guy is like... He is the sickest DOP. We need to bring him in.
Somehow. To be fair, no, it didn't work like that. So I messaged... After Kyle was like, well, Javan and Percy have got Mandem on the Wall. They started it. I think they shot a few episodes.
Yeah.
And
whilst at Brit School.
Second?
Whilst at Brit School.
Yeah, I think it was whilst at Brit School, I believe. Either whilst or just as we was leaving. I think it was whilst Brit School, towards the end of I think our time there. And there was a guy called Freddie Osborne who was directing. I know Izzy. There's a guy called Izzy first who's doing big things at the moment as well. But Izzy was directing it at first, and I remember saying to him, "Look, I've got all this gear, got the knowledge. Let me come on." So I came on as a camera operator alongside them directing and shooting as well. And then another guy called Freddie Osborne came on later, and we done Mandem on the Wall, like finished the seasons, you know. So yeah, that was the start of everything, I would say. Yeah. Film Mandem. Appreciate it, bro.
The person who filmed Mandem on the Wall is right here. This guy right here.
There's a few other guys.
You have actually made history. I can't lie.
There's a few other guys, so I won't take all the credit. There's a few of us in the team, but I was definitely one of the shooters of it. So yeah, man, that was cool.
At what point during Mandem on the Wall did you think like this could be the next step, like next big step for me? You knew it was for the guys, but for yourself, were you like?
To be fair, it's an interesting one for myself. Like filming on Mandem on the Wall was like, okay, I might as well. Yeah. And it was something that to be part of. And for me, like we all grew up from the same area. There's a lot of people that we probably speak about in this time, and it's like supporting something that was good. Like we had our friends who done the soundtrack for Man on the Wall. Javan's cousin done, I think, the intro graphics to make it like it was a team effort of us putting together and creating something bigger than ourselves. And I think that's something that I've always been for. Like. So it wasn't necessarily just about the filming. It was like, okay, there's a purpose here. We're moving something forward that is effective, right? We're using our talents and coming together. So I don't even think at that point I was like, yeah, I definitely want to necessarily be like, through that point, do film. I think after that decision I made of buying that camera, I think that was when I was like, yeah, I want to pursue this. And yeah, man, do some. I actually went to do documentaries at first. So,
did you have any visual disagreement during your time filming Mandem on the Wall?
Nothing major. I think. I think we were quite like obviously the day to day. We'd be like, oh, do you want this hair? And we have this hair. It was a lot of learning curves there. I think big up Freddie Osborne, the director. He took the boys quite far with that after like Man on the Wall, the skits and some other stuff externally, some live shows. And Freddie was a mentor because he's got a PhD in film, and he'll show me like Reeks like DP wise. This is what I kind of started to understand what my role was meant to be a bit more then, and felt my way through. And he would be like. He'll give me opportunities to be like, oh, bro, do you think we need lights for this? And I'll be like, nah. He's like, bro, we need some lights sometimes, you know what I mean? And then every now and then it'll be my skill that I'll bring to it, you know? So, yeah, man, it was just a collaboration from that point.
Obviously, as you grow in your craft, or like the skill that you have is D.O.P'ing, right? But when you start off young, your skills aren't really that, they're not that strong.
Yeah, 100%.
But obviously, as you go on in the years practicing and going on more shoots, did you ever feel like, wow, this might be a little bit too difficult for me?
Bro, all the time, like
or did you think I want to be a DOP, and then when you landed that one project, you're like, shit, this is tough. I can't even.
It's funny. Because there's a few people that gave me more opportunities to do paid work first. So I worked with a few other people that gave me like some money, like £100 or so, whatever it was. I'm like, oh, I'm sick. Like I'm getting paid to do something.
Yeah.
And then to skip quite far ahead of all that time of doing more videography work, I would say. Obviously, I took a break from Man on the Wall. We shot some skits. It's actually funny. Man on the Wall, we shot about like 20, 30 skits. That all got deleted on a hard drive that I'd never seen the light of day. So that was when skits were big, and we done all that work. We done so much production on that got deleted. And then I rekindled with the guys after about 3 years of like them doing their thing. They went on Youngers and etc.
Yeah.
I was working at After School Club. I had my first child. I was kind of like, I need to work a bit as well and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then the guys were like, Reach, do you want to come and shoot some skits for us? I was still kind of doing film part-time as well at the same time, going between both. And then it became like every Sunday they was like doing a film. And I was like, cool, because I wanted to leave the After School Club. The funny thing, actually, I'm going to go into what you said about the big jobs.
Yeah.
But it's to give context. So basically, I was at an After School Club for like 3 years, bro. And I think, say I was like 21 now, and I was like, one day I was walking back from work and I was like, bro, been here for 3 years. You're Reeks, bro. Well, you're right. You're at this After School Club, like this is your career.
Yeah.
I just left, so I just applied for this job in film, and I thought it was gonna be a full-time position. For this thing called Chocolate Films. I just applied and left the After School Club. Thought I'm definitely gonna get it, and then I didn't hear back from them. I called them. I was like, "What happened?" They're like, "Sorry, bro, you didn't get it." And at the same time, Javan and Percy messaged me. Coincidentally, started filming with them, and then they gave me like a contract. A verbal contract for me to shoot with them regularly each month that kind of allowed me to pay for what I need to pay for and pursue film. But then Javan gave me many opportunities since then. To fast forward, he was like to me, for example, me and Javan wrote a film that done very well online called Amani.
Sick.
And Javan was like to me, Reeks, I want you to shoot it. That's how I got involved in that the first time Amani's short film. And bro, I thought that was too big for me. I didn't take it. That's why I didn't shoot it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was ready to shoot a short.
That was like the stepping stone. That was like the challenge for you. You were like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
And I was like, bro, nah, bro. Like a short film. I've gone from shooting these shows and these skits and stuff. And then, yeah, it was like many a times, bro. It's only of recent going through certain mentors and certain people showing me examples of like, just take it and learn. And I was like, cool. And I was saying recently that I'll take almost anything now. Yeah, I'll almost take anything.
That's so mad.
Yeah,
Amani was your first big like project for you.
Yeah, the one that I would say that made me feel a bit uncomfortable to shoot. You know, obviously I was shooting a lot of the shows for the guys. I was doing a lot of other projects, but I was like, that's a film, bro. Even it's a short film. We were shooting skits and comedies, a bit more forgiving. You know, we had lights here and there, and I've always wanted. I'm a perfectionist, innit? So
when the guys were in Youngers, what were you doing then?
It's a good question. So during the was a Youngers, we were still filming a bit of stuff at the same time. But during that time, I think, like I said, that's when I had my son. Yeah, and that's when I worked with like a youth media agency, which was like a company that gave youth that done videography work. Worked with them for a while, and I met another guy called Larger Palumi. Big up him. He's a DP. I got approached for some work. I remember some guys messaged me, Karen Spooner and Quasi Court, an artist and manager, and they were like, bro, I've seen your work, you're sick, like I want to pay you some good money for something. And at the time it was like good money for me, innit? So I was like, sick. But what I done for many years was I said, rather than give me that money, buy this and this and this for the project, and I'll take a little bit of change. But I wanted to always elevate, and in that time I was kind of growing outside of working with them lot. While I was on Youngers and doing that kind of stuff, and that's it. Yeah, man. So it's just building separately.
Transitioning to, let's say, fast forward into like halfway through Wall of Comedy page in channel. What was the project after that? What came after that? Questions with Philly.
Yeah, Philly questions. Yeah.
You see the
Yeah. We got Philly, man.
Did you film every episode?
I filmed, so there's a guy called Odette Shaman who done some of the early ones. We got Oda, I've known him since I was a kid, coincidentally. He filmed some of the early ones for the guys, but that's when the guys contacted me for the skit. So it was like, Reeks, I want you to film every Sunday. Also, Joanne called me and said, we're transitioning from Man on the Wall, we're creating a platform called Wall of Comedy. So the amazing idea, bro, it makes so much sense. Yeah. To support other UK talent to do what we done on the platform and be a platform rather than just a channel for one show. I was like, sick. So yeah, them lot said to me, Reeks, we got Philly, got questions. We want you to film on this series. You know what I mean?
But you didn't know Philly at that time when they introduced him.
That's the first time I met Philly. Philly was very green at that time, but obviously a raw talent, and he's proving himself today. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
What's your relationship like with you and young Philly?
Yeah, me and Philly's, it's an interesting one. Like, me and Philly are close but not close, I would say. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say like me and Philly go out or meet him in the week, but through work we've spent a lot of time together.
But he knows you're the guy. Like, you are the guy.
Yeah, I think, Philly work-wise, because when we done questions, obviously at that time, Philly was still growing as a talent, and now Philly knows his job back to front, you know? But when we done questions, we done a lot of branded content at the wall at that time, when we moved into like the Unilad offices, when that was fun, bro. We were just on segways all the time and shooting mad content in the Unilad offices. Like, it was fun, bro. Philly was there, so just a lot of like, we go and do questions. It came a point where I think this is when I started to realize I'm strong at my job, because Javan and Percy stopped coming to questions and just say, Reeks, Philly, you go and do it. So I was kind of like directing, even though it's very simple, but Philly will rely on me to be like, Reeks, have we got enough content? I'll be like, nah, you need 10 more good ones, or this is solid, we can go home now, and etc. So we kind of had that kind of symbiotic relationship shooting questions.
I understand the idea of bringing in new talent to a new channel. Why didn't they want to do questions? Why didn't Javan and P want to do questions
themselves?
Yeah.
I think the whole point of Wall of Comedy was nurturing talent, and you have to remember, Javan and Percy, they want to be professional actors, and they are professional actors, you know. So
imagine the path if they did take that path of doing questions.
Yeah, they never wanted to be comedians.
Different journey.
They never wanted to be comedians, you know.
Yeah. They
wanted to be actors. So Mandem on the Wall was for their acting career.
Because once a comedian, always a comedian.
Yeah. D was the funny one out of them lot. Yeah. He was the comedy, but them lot were just playing a role, you know, and knew how to write for funny moments, or moments that were entertaining for the kids and the generation at the time, you know. Yeah. So I think for them lot, doing questions wasn't their play, you know. They were doing a lot of, like, I think at that point Javan was just come off doing a live show with Lenny Henry,
sick,
and some other stuff, you know what I mean. Percy was doing he's during Man on the Wall, he was doing CBBC. He was playing his role, which basically funded a lot of the Man on the Wall projects eventually after time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. You know what? So, Philly came in quite green. I remember him doing some skits, didn't know where to stand. So, I remember we doing the skit one day and we got Philly acting. He's kind of sort of full circled, and he's kind of done a few skits now that are kind of working. But he didn't know, like, obviously, Javan and Percy are trained actors, so they know how to hit marks and etc. I remember Philly coming in, and yeah, it's quite a personal conversation, so I don't want to go too deep into it. But one time, me and Philly were on a train one time, and we just spoke about, like, at this time, I know Philly wasn't earning how he was. Like, we done a lot of stuff for the love, you know what I mean, and creating something that was gonna to live on, and money comes kind of secondary. And I remember at that time, Philly didn't see, I would say, his complete value yet. I was like to him, bro, you can definitely be paid off for this. Like, you have to realize you're one of the most valuable people, like, here within the company, you know. At the time, Questions was one of the biggest shows on YouTube, even till to date. It's held its title was one of the biggest ones, you know.
Oh, so he didn't have like enough grace.
I just think it was just a conversation of him understanding his position and value at the time. And yeah, man, ever since then, when he got his first contract, I remember coming out of the office like, and it's probably nothing compared to what he earns now, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, no, me and Philly have that, like, we've had our moments, you know what I mean? Even when we went to, where did we go recently? We went to Cleveland to the All-Star game. And that was an experience, man. I remember, like, one of the best nights, me, Harry, Philly, Harry Pinero, Philly, and Jazz Montel, Jay Montel. Yeah. We were just cussing each other all night, bro. We was waiting for cabs, it's cold, bro, and it was like sick. All of us, like, that was one lit night. We were just like literally boiling each other the whole night, you know what I mean? And I might not see Philly for like another couple of months. We're working again, and be like, oh, bro, yeah, you're on this. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's nice to see you. And even times, at the same time that me and Philly had that conversation and he understood his value at that time, Philly's bossed me in that time, you know what I mean? I have to give him commitments in terms of, like, I remember one time he was like, Reeks, are you on that shoot? And I was like, no, I'm not on it. He's like, yeah, don't worry. 2-2s, I get a cool Reeks. We want you on this shoot. He's like, bro, you on it now, yeah? He's like, yeah. He's like, come on, man. Come on, man. So every now and then, me and Philly have our passings. You know what I mean? I shoot a lot of his obviously YouTube content at home. You know what I mean? Even though he says I'm a bit too pricey, but bro, the quality when you see the YouTube channel.
Are you quite pricey? Do you have like, I can imagine it being pricey.
I feel like I should. Certain times when I earn a certain rate, I'm like, yeah, it's what I should be getting all the time. With them, I give them a bust down, but you know, influencers, they don't like to pay out of their own pocket. They like other people. They're so used to other people paying for stuff. I'm like, bro, I broke it down. I was like, Phils, bro, when you break it down per episode, what you're getting plus the kit I'm bringing, I'm not charging you that much at all. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, man. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm pricey, but I'm worth it. Like everybody knows that when it comes to this game, the quality that you're getting, you know. I make sure I deliver. Yeah,
because there was actually a time as well, like with any workplace I go to, I sometimes I need grace. I remember like I didn't give myself enough credit at one point. Like even Vashti was like, you know, you need enough grace in your life.
V's one of the best for that.
Yeah.
V's told me my value many a times. You know what I mean? Vashti, big up Vashti.
You don't realize it until somebody else notices,
bro.
And then they tell you like you need this in your life.
Yeah. You know what it is, yeah? Especially like, for example, being a freelancer, you need to understand your value pretty early. And there was a few techniques that I remember the year that I earned the most money I've ever earned in a year was me studying negotiating. I didn't study, it was nothing to do with film. Obviously I was improving steadily, but it was actually me studying like how to negotiate and understanding my value. And I feel like there's a few things that you can do with that. I remember obviously the conversation I had with Philly that time, it was just highlighting it and breaking it down to almost a science to it, you know what I mean? Like, when I said to him, bro, who's the most valuable person at this company? And I remember him saying, like, you, the camera operator. And I was like, bro, I'm good, but I can be replaced. Like, you can find another camera operator. We can't find another Philly. And this was at the point when Questions was the show that was popping at the time, you know? So it was just like, same thing when it comes to, I think, value and people need to understand. One of the first things I always find, and this is a professional sense, but can relate to valuing yourself, was, all right, cool. Who do I think's on the same level as myself? Okay, cool. That person. How much do they charge? Figure it out. Like, either ask them directly. Maybe you want to book them for something. You might find out slowly. Find out what people charge of your skill caliber, and then find out what people are charging who are just a bit above you. Yeah, and then so when I remember sometimes people will come to me and be like, "Oh, I know what my price is now, 'cause I know where I sit in the market on top of what I want to get as well." So I might just price myself a little bit under the people I know who are as good as me. It's a little bit. So when people are like, "Oh, Reeds, can you do that?" And I'm like, "Nah, not for that price, bro." They're like, "Oh, you definitely can't." I'm like, "Nah, bro. Like, I appreciate it, but when you got the money, I'm down for it, bro. Like, I'm here to create something for you."
Yeah.
And then they will shoot with somebody, but I know they're gonna get somebody who's not as good as me, because no one in my skill caliber is gonna charge just that, you know what I mean, as low as that. They get someone and the project doesn't go well, and who are they coming back to? So it's just like knowing your value by like placing yourself in the market and being honest and just seeing it's important, man. It's important, especially as a freelancer, you know.
Why did you decide to go as a freelancer?
So all the comedy went through different periods of time, and that was like my main stream of income, you know. I was there like as their sole videographer. DP, I wouldn't call myself that at the time, but I guess you can say that.
What was the first big project after the war as a freelancer?
I think Pack. So I started to work with Nike. So we've done a whole series for Nike's app. So when Nike's app was, I don't want to say just released, but it was kind of in circulation at the time. We done a project for them called Final Percent, and I remember we was doing like a fake FaceTime. So I started working with a company called Pack. A good friend of mine, DJ and rapper or artist, I can't even call him rapper, that's an understatement, called Sean Sky, said, "I'll meet my guy Joshua Allen, and you guys are sick, bro. You be sick together." Met Josh. He runs Pack Works, the agency. And he was like, "Yeah, we just hit it off, bro." And I went to go do the night project, and it was called, the series called Final Percent. So it was like, on the app, you'd have a guy called Damn Shack would have FaceTimes and interview different celebrities. So we done something like with Raheem Sterling.
Is that Damn Shack?
Yeah, Damn Shack.
I've been to his events.
Yeah.
Did I go with you?
Yeah. And that's Kyle Craig again, yeah. Damn Shack's events. Kyle Craig's one of the masterminds behind.
But he doesn't even put on that events that much.
Not recently. COVID, man. Them events, I was always there, but they were sick.
The event that we went to, was it after COVID or during COVID?
During COVID.
Yeah, it was after COVID, guys. We never went out during COVID.
It must have been after. No, it must have been because there's no venues. There's no venues.
When I say during COVID, I mean when did COVID hit?
No. It would have been after or before because you couldn't get any venues. Yeah. Now big up Damn Shack.
Oh my days! How long ago was Damn Shack?
Something got lifted because I remember we was all gassed to come out, but then we went back into lockdown. Like
He threw this event at XOYO, and then I saw who was there. Jay Montel was there.
Yeah, everyone's there.
Everyone was there.
Yeah, you get a lot of.
I come downstairs. You know the steps when you come down to the main bit. I see Jay Montel. I'm like, okay.
I just bumped into him.
Okay. Oh yeah. Weston was there as well.
Yeah.
In the middle of the dance floor.
Yeah, these events they go.
You know when you go to an event, you think this is just another event, and then you just see like
bare people
these bare. You start seeing familiar faces. You're like, wow, I did not realize this was like a big.
Damn Shack's events, solid night.
Yeah,
still.
he needs to come back.
Yeah, man, big up Damn, man.
Yeah.
Final percent, bro. That was the first big one I would say that I can remember. And that was the first time Henry that works with Thing. That was our first branded job that I done with her.
Really?
Damn Shack suggested her as a female presenter on one of our episodes. And shall I tell you what was funny about that, bro? This is when I realised this game's rigged, yeah. We done Final Percent.
Yeah.
And my rate was okay, but I'm making a fake FaceTime. They said to me, Reeks, how do I film this, yeah? There's loads of issues. I'm like, just do a FaceTime and then we record sound ourselves, innit?
Yeah.
Because you're going to probably downgrade the quality of the camera for it look like a FaceTime. You might as well just make it an actual FaceTime and put some lights in. So next thing now, bro, they flew us out to Washington, D.C. to do a FaceTime call, bro.
Hey.
They paid me to do an iPhone.
You gave them a phone and said, hey, make the call. Like.
Yeah. They flew us out to Washington for a day. Nike flew us out. We had this mad intense meeting, bro. Like the night before we went there, we stayed in the same hotel Obama stays in Washington. Yeah, mad. It was wild. And we had this meeting about but it has to go like this and where we're gonna. I'm like, let's forget it's freaking FaceTime call. And I got paid. I got flown, fed, everything like that. I was like, wait,
you went over there to do a FaceTime.
I can't get my head around.
Could you not just done that here?
I'm like, there's a lot of production companies that could do a FaceTime, bro. I was like, yeah, I'm taking my money, and I was happy with it.
Do you know how much money you have to have in order to send someone
they flew
abroad?
Bro.
He's still cruising to this day. He's getting flashbacks. He's like, oh my days, what a day. And you were there for one night?
Yeah, we was there for one night. Yeah, one night. So it was in and out of the city, man. In and out of the city. So yeah, man, that was fun.
Insane.
That's how I started to realize, yeah, these guys have got money, man. There's money in this.
Did you get paid a lot for that?
It was a decent amount, not as much as I get paid now.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was
something.
It was something.
And you see, I bet you were on that plane like, wow, we are actually packing our bags. Like how many hours, the miles, passport check, everything just to flip in.
Bro, we went through pages of a brief, and I'm like, it's just a freaking FaceTime call, bro.
I'm done.
Big up that, man. Big up that. Maybe they saw us do it in the UK and thought, well, they've done it before. I don't know their logic, innit? I ain't complaining, man.
What I wanted to ask, just going back.
Yeah.
Forgot to ask. Biggest inspiration to become a DOP. What films did you watch back then to make you go, this is what I want to do? Or any cinematographer back in the day and you're like, sick. Okay. Or top 3 films.
You know what, yeah? I'm not a big film person. I was even sitting with the crew today and I was like, what's everyone's favourite film? And they mentioned these films. I'm like, never seen them. I'm not a big film person. It's to my detriment, I think.
How?
It's to my detriment.
How do you know how to set up a scene without even watching anything? So all the inspirations, where does that come from?
My favourite film is Leon, first and foremost.
Is it The Professional?
Yeah, big film, man. But
man,
I would say that I came from a visual art and design background, so I'm quite obsessive over things as well. So I see images, I'm like, how did they create it? So when I started this field, I know how to create a painting or...
Wait, I feel like you're more into adverts than film.
Yeah. I'm more into... I prefer cinematography. I think because of my route, I've been doing more commercial work, but I'm trying to move more into narrative and cinematography now. I'm showing people that I can flex the muscles because that is the holy grail. But if I'm honest, first and foremost, I would say visual, like art was my background. So color palettes, composition, it's the same language. And it kind of interested me, and I have to know. That's kind of how I became a DP, because as a director working with people sick and everything, I need to know how they're creating that image, because to me that's what separated like YouTube videos from a film. It's the imagery and how they do it. So every time I've worked to this point where I'm like, how are they achieving this look? And that was a big driving force. But then also there's a DP that I have to always shout, because anyone that knows me knows I'm a big fan of Olan Kaladi. And Olan, I introduced him to Javan and Percy, and they actually worked on a film called Joy. But Olan is like a top DP, black guy, Nigerian descent, amazing imagery, like beautiful. And to me, he's one of the best in the UK. And seeing his work gave me a kind of benchmark to kind of really be like, I want to create images on this scale, on this level. So yeah, he was like one of my biggest inspirations. And till today, like I know O, you know what I mean? I'm like, if O is on set, I will lower my role. I'll become like a camera trainee or runner, just so I can see what's O doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And demystify the process. But my goal is just, I think my drive is to be the best, bro. When I see something, I'm like, how do I make this to that level that I see on the top scale, and I can't rest until. I
remember speaking to this one cinematographer, and he was like, I think he was asking production companies to just not even do running, nothing, just sit at the back and just observe how things are run. Like, and that has kind of stuck with me ever since. I just found that, just that little thing there, I just found that quite inspirational. I'm like, wow, like that desperate to get foot into the door in a good way, and just to observe how things are just done and played out.
Yeah, big up everyone, by the way. Yeah, I want to say a big tip. Yeah, as somebody who's climbing the ladder and has got to some kind of stage where I can offer opportunities and book crew in, and people ask me to come and set. One thing that I realized in one of my studies was you need to speak the language of somebody else. So you need to speak in terms of what somebody else wants, and it's just how life works. As in, it took me a while to realize that life, you need to have a win-win situation. Any business deal, why is it ever a win-lose? It should always be a win-win. Both parties should walk away like, this is the best deal ever. And that's how business should be done. If you feel like you're winning, the other party's losing, walk away from it, because it's not a fair deal. And why I speak on that is that a lot of people will come to me and be like, oh, Reeks, can I come and set? I just want to see it. Some people are just for clout. I know, just want to be on set and see Philly whoever, Nella, whoever they want to see on set. You know what I mean? But offer something. The people that have come to me and said, look, and this is what I done to Olan. I was like, oh, do you need BTS? Or what can I do? Like, thinking about what can I offer of value. So he goes, actually, that's what I need. Yeah, bro, grant me access. Like, offer something so it's a win-win. Because he's like, bro, I'm getting BTS for free. What? And he just comes and watches me. You know what I mean? So I just feel like when you're asking to learn something, try and think about what you can offer. That's just a tip I feel like young people miss all the time. Like, offer somebody something so they remember, you know?
Well said, man. Talk to me about wrapping paper.
Wrapping paper. So yeah, amongst all the DP work, with Packworks Creative Agency, we started a platform called Wrapping Paper. The masterminds were Sean Sky and Joshua Allen. It's a freestyle platform which marries rap and print design. We're about authenticity and in rap. So rap and artistry. So the platform, you have to be an artist. It's in the sense that you need to have an image, we need to understand you as a character and have a whole MO. Like Kendrick's a good example, even a Drake, even though it's a very different image. And then also you need to come here to rap, bro. Like, we don't want you to be coming here to do like a song on here or whatever. So it's a freestyle platform where we marry print design. So we create a custom print behind the artist that's based upon them. So like, we will kind of have a consultation with the artists, think about who they are, and we have some really sick graphic designers that are like top end professionals working with brands, and they will design something in the back. We film them there, and bro, come and drop your.
The idea is so like beautiful and simplistic.
I appreciate it.
It's so like, it's just so simple and just so organic.
Appreciate it, bro.
Who, in your opinion, had the best performance in Wrapping Paper?
We debate this all the time.
I know who I would say.
Who would you say first?
I think DW.
Yeah.
And Back Row G.
Back Row G. D-Double's performance was solid.
Yeah.
Big up him, and I feel like obviously I'm biased visually. He had one of the best looking Wrapping Papers.
How did you not get him on?
We done a collaboration with Ray Nephew.
Okay, so Ray contacted him and to be like,
yeah, we have our artist liaison who's in contact with them, has a strong relationship with D Double now, I think, which is cool. But rapping pay, I mean, Ray Nephew handled the money in it. They handled the money for the artist for the time in it. But yeah, man, I think Specs is sick. He's a good rapper paper if you're gonna check it out. It's cool. It's rap in paper, so rap RAP.
Even the name
paper, like
Even the name.
Yeah, it's very very clever. But yeah, my favorite was
so mad.
Who was my favorite? I always mention it.
I think you did tell me, but I forgot the name.
Yeah, there's a few good ones on there. Sean Sky obviously was sick. Specs, and there was there's someone who's my favorite. Who's my favorite again? I need to think about it. We've had quite a few people.
How come you not stopped for a while? It was actually popping off at first, but then there was a gap. Was that because of COVID or? Bro,
it's just brand content. You know, you get into this game, creating work with people, as in like Pac. They were like in the back end offices of Nike and stuff like that on the mood boards, but we weren't getting the jobs. You know what I mean? Now we're getting the jobs, creating branded content, and that became a thing. It's just a thing where, bro, when you start servicing clients, you get less time to do the projects that got you the work in the first place.
Yeah.
So I feel like one of the guys who runs it, he's a sick editor and cuts it, but he's running a whole business, you know? So we're just trying to get the machine kind of churning so we can keep it more consistent. We've had rapping papers that some people just wasn't good enough, so it never got released.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't have to mention names. Are they like big names? Or are they just like up and coming?
I'll say up and coming. I won't say there's any big names that definitely will miss the mark.
Have you not had Nux on there?
No, we definitely.
Why do I feel like you had Nux on there?
No, Nux is somebody that definitely fits the platform.
He definitely fits the platform.
We got Koji and some other rappers that will fit the platform. But yeah, some people just didn't, and some of them are still coming out now. But they're old rapping papers that never got released. Don't ask me completely, cause I don't know what happened with everything. But they're coming out eventually. So shooting one this week actually.
You can't say the artist name.
There's no one to. We're having a revisit, so Specs is back on, one of the guys that I said.
Who is it that comes up with, like, who decides to bring in the artist? Is it the whole team? Do they sit in a room and think, this is the artist that we want? Or is it more like, just whoever we can just get, whoever's interested?
We have quite in-depth meetings, and we're quite particular about who we want on the platform. It's quite a strict vetting process. We have people that message us and want to come on, but we're like, you might listen to them and be like, delivery wise are not ready yet.
Yeah.
Some people might listen to and be like, okay, but as an artist, who are they? You know what I mean? You can spit cold bars, but what are they about? You know what I mean? And it's just a vetting process where it's almost quite organic. We kind of feel it out, and it's a team. So me, myself, Joshua Allen, Sean Sky, Specs, there's a whole team that kind of even like our style. The whole team at Pac have got different roles and different talents, but we are very vocal in the direction of what we want. Where we want Pac to go and rapping paper itself, you know.
What is it that you're looking for? Just
like I said, somebody who can drop bars. Like you have to be like if you're saying drop a freestyle. The way I look at it, this is how I always look at rappers, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I heard this freestyle at a house party, would I be like, rah, that was mad? You know, you're at a house party and sometimes you get a cypher. I'm like, who the hell is that? That's what I want to hear for rapping paper. Also, like I said, as an artist, you need to understand yourself. You know what I mean? You need to have an MO. So, like you said, a Nux is pretty good for that. Like a Koji is good. Like Koji's a complete artist, for example. There's so many artists I can speak about that are very complete, and they've got a sonic sound and they understand who they are, but they can also drop bars. Like, you know what I mean? And some people have come on there, and we have been a bit disappointed because we know you can drop bars, but we ain't got that from you because you thought rapping paper was all artsy, but we don't want that. We want people that can drop some.
People can drop some bars.
Yeah, drop some bars, man.
The paper itself is just the backdrop.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. We got George. George came there and tried to shut down as well, man. George.
Tell me, like, has anyone disagreed with your artistic vision?
On set?
Yeah. Or in general?
I think on set's always hard. Like when you're working with these brands, like your Nikes, your Converses, Captain Morgan's, Harry's, Ray Nephew, all these big brands and stuff. First, you have to get through the client. So what the client's vision is, and that can always, clients are always interesting. They always act like they have something different sometimes, and more time it starts aligning with what they normally do already. And then I think, yeah, sometimes on set I have to as a DOP, everyone works differently with directors, and you have to learn how to gel with different directors. And I'm not wasn't saying someone's disagreed with my artistic vision, but you need to communicate very clearly. I remember doing a links job with Pac, and we didn't do any creative boards amongst each other. And I kind of like, deadline was going through, we done a job for links. And I kind of created a look that I wanted for the set and everything like that. And the directors were like, oh, we had a completely different vision. I mean, the art director went a different way. And it's kind of like, okay, what do we do from here? We have to make a decision. I remember also on set one time, I done a music video for We Want Wraiths. It was like a Universal thing. That was, there's a lot to that video. But I didn't really get to speak with the director, and he's a young guy, sick. Primo, Kojo, sick director, young up and coming director. And I was kind of helping him as well as like in terms of like, he's a younger G, one of the guys who's a Pac member as well. And I remember like bro, we should like this way because this will be a better preference. I've experienced stuff. He was like, bro, I like, nah. I'm like, bro, trust me. And there was a bit of discrepancy, but I think for that shoot it was a bit different where I felt like I'm trying to help him on a video where I think it's one of his biggest budgets and I'm trying to like guide, but then also actually he's the director, you know what I mean? So trying to find that balance with each director, and I think I've kind of learned sometimes when you can put input in and when you can kind of step back from it, you know? Yeah.
The relationship between the director and cinematographer is like so important. That's mad. You didn't have much communication with him at all.
You know what, that project, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, it was Universal. I saw Kodge in the office. Kodge was like, Reeks, like, I got this big project, innit? I want you to come on, whatever, Universal, whatever. And I was like, sick, bro. I'm doing this, cause I was doing another big project with Pac. And I was like, I'm gonna come back to you and we're gonna get to it. Then I jumped on it like 2 days before the shoot. Cool, bro, what's going on? Mm-hmm. Then, like, what was promised to the label to me was beyond what our resources was. Even though we had a decent budget, it kind of like low budget music video for label shoot is about, I'll say about 10K up. So that's decent, but still, if you're given, the ideas are huge. Mm-hmm. So I was in the label meeting like, guys, cool, but I don't think we can do this. And like, we can do everything. Label was like, great, Reeks, but we want it because that's what we said we was gonna get. And I was like, okay, guys, look, this ain't, you know what I mean? So I came on that job very late, and that was a learning curve for me to like make sure that I have a good enough prep time because, yeah, bro. So yeah, we didn't have much communication before that about certain things, you know.
Did you storyboard?
Nah, didn't storyboard. Kodge had a very good, strong vision, so I understood what he wanted. We had to adapt a lot because of budget. So yeah, man, it varies a lot. It varies, man.
So interesting.
Bro, question, yeah?
Go on.
Breast or arse? There's a reason why I asked.
Breast or arse?
Yeah.
Arse.
Yeah?
Easy.
You know what it is, yeah? Was you always an arse man?
I was never arse man. Never.
Because you know what, yeah? I'm going to be honest. I feel like arse is a trend right now. And I feel like a lot of people are breast man, innit? Big up Giggs, because I remember when Giggs in his track shouted, I'm a breast man, and he stated it, innit? But he likes arse too, but he can run. But I feel like a lot of men are breast man, but they're hiding behind arse right now because it's a trend. And so I tell you what is annoying, yeah? Cause I'm like, I've always been an arse and legs man, innit? I'm like, bro, just jump off. Because there's bare girls getting big heads now. I'm like, go back to the breast. If you got arse now and you're decent looking, your inflation of your brain is like, especially in London, is mad.
I don't even know how that happened. I don't know how the transition happened.
When was the transition? When you were 6? I mean, year 6. I
don't know when that happened.
But when we say arse, wait, let's like.
Can I put this in the podcast?
Yeah, that's good. When you say arse, what shape? You mean like, is it like budum? Or is it like, what? Because some people say arse, man. Yeah, size, definition, jiggly, firm. Like, what are we talking about?
I like it. Jiggly with ripples.
Okay,
I like ripples.
The chunks and everything. Yeah. Well, okay, give me a celebrity example of a jiggly arse.
Oh my days.
She might see it, man. Podcast is blown up, bro. She might see it, man. Come on, man. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot.
Yeah, can I be on your podcast? We can discuss.
Give me an arse example of a celebrity. It's a bit mad.
Georgia Smith.
Okay.
Georgia Smith.
That's a solid one. I get it. A bit of a cheat, but I get it. Because it's like, Georgia, from what I just out of observation, just like
you seen that Colours freestyle.
Yes. Just out of like, just because I have to, you know, view cinematography. That's why I've seen a few things, you know.
It's like
it's very.
That's the only thing you'll storyboard.
Yeah, bro. I was watching colours for the cinematography, obviously.
I want a booty there. I want a booty over there. And if you look under the car, we want a booty there.
Bro. So wait, are you one day you're gonna go back to breast then?
Nah, I'm actually still a breast man, but I'm more of an ass man. Just, I
don't know what it is. You're one of the trend vibes. You're on the trend. Go on, just you're the trend. You're the trend.
Wait. I didn't even know when the trend happened as well.
Yeah, you know what? Recently, I'm not gonna lie, my missus was like, "Reeks, I swear you're ass, man. Why you like my breast so much?" I was like, I never didn't like breast, bro. Yeah. Like, it's, you know what I mean? I just yeah.
Who's your celebrity crush? Who's like who's one you look at and think that is the one?
You know what? You know what? Because I'm a very private man. Like my celebrity crush. Yeah, man. I don't want to meet them and they feel like I got one up on me, man. That's just the honest truth. But just like I like my girls strong. I like my girls firm with a bit of jiggle. I like my girls are the stallion girls still, not Meg. Don't get. It's not a pun. But yeah, I like my girls stallion and closer, dark skin. The darker skin I prefer. Like I'm more a dark skin man, browning.
People always ask me what my type is. I can't give them an answer, man. I don't know what my type is.
But you will have one though, because if you look, if you don't
have a type. Do you know what? Oh my days! I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna mention it. One girl asked me, "What do you like in a, let's say in a girl, or like what is it that you like about light skinned girls or black girls?" I said I like a girl with like dreads, like braids in it. She goes, "Man, that's just a fetish. That's not your type." I was like, "I don't understand."
I hear it.
So what, am I not allowed to pick what the fuck I want? Do you know what I'm saying?
I like girls with locks or short hair. Big difference. I like that. Like girls either with like nice long locks or like the shorter hair. But I've been looking at curly recently. So beside the point. But yeah, that's just like it's not your type. If girls lined up, if I lined up a group of girls for you. And you picked, and then I sent them away, lined up with other group of girls, and you picked. I would definitely start to see, okay, this is your type. Oh, you like taller.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
But I love my Arab girls, you know what I mean?
Okay, no. There's some beautiful Arab girls.
Your missus from Ghana.
My missus is actually Jamaican, and she's gonna kill me, bruv.
How did you two meet?
Hinge.
Is it?
Yeah, Hinge.
Do you want to hear?
Hinge is a serious joint.
All right, I'm gonna say it. It's public. I have been officially banned from Hinge and Tinder for a lifetime.
What you been doing, bro?
I've done nothing wrong. I swear.
Nah, bro.
I swear. I can't even say this is.
Don't look up, bro. That's dangerous. You got that. I swear. What went on?
Public. Wait, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. A lot of people are gonna be watching this.
You got banned.
I got banned from Hinge. I swear.
What would you say to women?
Rigo, hold on. I swear to God, yeah. I swear. If I did something wrong, I'd easily put my hand up and say, "Guys, I am guilty, and this is what I've done." But I promise you, I don't know what I've done. Randomly, I hadn't been on it for 2 weeks. Yeah. I went in randomly on Hinge and said, "You've been banned for a lifetime." Yeah, and this is how desperate I was to get it back as well, because I even filed an appeal. I said, "Yo, I did a Johnny Depp, and I was like, court and everything." I was like. I filed an appeal. I said,
"But how can you get banned for both? You must be if it's both." Bro, how can it be both?
Because I did my research. Hinge and Tinder is actually owned by the same corporation.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hinge is so much better.
Hinge is way better because it gives you more options.
Yeah, and it proper picture type.
Yep.
Proper.
Yeah. And you can actually DM them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you actually.
Right, with Tinder, everyone's just swipe left.
Hinge is a serious joint, but. You've disconnected, bro. Your hinges are off.
I filed an appeal here because I was like, I don't understand what I've done wrong. Why have I done wrong? Tell me what I've done wrong.
Your door is hanging, bro.
The guy responded like within an hour. It was like, we can't really tell you why, but you're definitely banned for a lifetime. You can't even make new accounts as well. You're done.
Bro, all right, cool.
No, just bad. Because when I went on Hinge and I got banned, I was like, all right, cool. I'll go into. I still have Tinder in it. I go to Tinder. You've been banned for a lifetime. I'm like,
let's interrogate this a little bit. Yeah, was you saying like, oh, let me rub your nipples or?
No, bro. That's
like,
not how I chat to girls. That's not how I chat to girls. That's not how I chat to girls.
Was it the opposite then? Would you like, oh, let's go to the library? They were like, nah, this guy needs to come.
No, what do we go to? Bro, who the fuck? I'm not linking Tims in the library. Who the fuck?
They were like, bro, this is
yeah. What book you reading?
They were like, we should ban this guy ASAP.
Wait.
No, bro. What? Okay.
I swear to you. No, wait. This is also something I found out.
What do you think it could be?
All right, this is what I also found out.
What do you think it could be?
On the terms and conditions and like regular.
my red. He read the contract.
I didn't believe me when I say I did the whole Johnny Depp. There was Amber Heard. He had all these gals in court with their fucking lawyers, their shit lawyers, and I'm there to hear it. I'm like, yeah, so.
Oh boy, you're killing me. Man got banned from both.
Listen. I heard that Hinge detects whether you're a bot or not. And it can happen accidentally.
So you was doing bit.
Also, Tinder bans people if they know that you're only there for hookups and not for relationships. So it knows, and it knows when you're trying to be in a relationship.
Yeah, you just.
Bro, I'm trying to enjoy myself. You know what I mean?
You're just clighting, bear. The girls are reporting you.
As Lish says, this is a bit swimming in the ocean.
Big up Lish, man.
He's there floating in the ocean, just.
Bro, yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I remember like with my missus now, I was just like, firstly, when I saw her, I thought she was studying still. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I remember I came to a realization at one point, and trust me, I'm a man about my work and stuff, so I don't really have mad time. Dating's expensive and stuff, so I was very selective. Yeah. But at the same time, I was like, most girls. When I started to think about it, I didn't think about it like that. I don't really judge women like that, especially when I wasn't looking for nothing serious at the time. But I was like, it's normally the first time I meet them or the second time that we're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember my missus deliberately, I held off for time. You know what I mean? Look, we're together with a baby, so I don't know if that worked or not, but I feel like it saved the relationship. But if you were just out here just swimming in the ocean, you know.
How do you manage that, man? Kids, like wifey and freelancing work.
Bro, I don't, but you know what it is? I see salvation.
Man, good on you, man. Do you know what you're sick.
I appreciate it.
You're actually sick, man. Like, well done.
Yeah.
You're juggling a lot.
Bro, it's mad. If I was single with no kids, firstly, I think what I earn will be alright. I'll contented for now. Still not what I want to earn, but also as well, it's just like this would be so much easier, man. I see single free men, especially if you're single and no kids. I'm like, you don't know what you got, man. Like, trust me, bro. Don't know what you got. Like, my things, work, kids. You know what I'm saying? Weekends was always with kids. You know what I mean? Or I have to go fly to the missus, especially when I got baby now.
Dale told me that when a guy has a kid, like a whole new layer of personality gets added to their life.
It's a mad one still.
And like ever since he's told me that, like he's like I can see it in my friend as well. Like when he had a kids, you can just see this whole new layer of personality. I want to know what that layer is. Do you know what I mean,
bro? It made me dead.
So when you had your first child, how was that?
I remember my mom and dad were like, I found it weird because I was with my partner for very long, innit, at the time. My partner of the time. We was like childhood sweethearts, whatever. But I remember like thinking, mom and dad were like, oh, like, how come you don't, like, it's too early. Like, they weren't happy with it, innit? And I was like, firstly, you had me at 21. And I was just like,
I'll give you the right to tell me what to do, bro.
Yeah, I was just thinking also, like, I'm going to do way better than I did before having my child, you know what I mean? And they gave me a duty of responsibility, like, I'm going to make sure this works. And I think that I did pursue a bit more, and stuff like that. But there was loads of other things that held it back. But yeah, bro, it's like, I don't know if it's a new personality, but you know what it is? I appreciate time so much. Like, if somebody says to me, like, back then I used to come out for, like, if it's lower than my day rate, what I thought I was worth at the time, I'd be like, well, I'm not earning no money that day, I might as well just come out. But then when you're sacrificing time with your family, then you look at it different ways. You're like, okay, what is my time actually worth with the people that I love? Then it's like, bro, if someone calls me now, less than what I feel comfortable coming out my house, I just won't come out, bro. Even if it's money, I'm like, it's just, I'd rather spend the time. Time's way more valuable, and I've started to understand that a bit more. Not saying that I get all the time that I want with, like, I'm so busy. Time with the kids isn't what I want it to be, but nowadays and age, like, role of a man to me, bro, men are simple. Provide, protect, and shelter first. Provide, protect, shelter.
It's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Work out the rest, you know what I mean? Otherwise, the relationship's going to fall apart. Kids are going to be like, "Rago and daddy, what's going on?" You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. So that's first, you know what I mean? And purpose. Be happy, bros. Because like at the end of the day, loads of men suffering in silence, just following the woman's will and whatever. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, my kids need to see me at my best, you know? So, yeah, man. I don't know if it's new personality. Man doesn't really go out as much as I used to. You know what I mean? And whatever. But yeah, man.
No, I feel like if I had kids, I don't think me going out, I don't think it would be an option. I think that would be the layout.
That'll be a layout.
I'll stop moving reckless.
Is that moving reckless? Yeah, I hear it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear it.
Going out probably won't be like a first 2-3 option.
Yeah, no, I hear it, man. It's a blessing and a beauty, man. But you know what?
But
yeah, bro. Yeah, there's so much layers to that.
Yeah.
There's so much layers to that. I remember having a conversation with my friend. He's a director, and he asked me about it because these women think about having kids and stuff and whatever. And he's just like, "How is it like?" And it's like, it's so hard to explain because if I could do it again, in my head, in theory, I would do it without kids. I could have got way further. I think I got more time and more money, more money. I would never change them because I know them human beings. That's Nero and that's Kyoko. That's alright. And like, if I went back, them not being here, it's mad to even fathom that. So it's a bit of a catch-22. But I think as fathers, we have to navigate this space. And also, I think men, don't fall off your high horse, man. Just remember, at the end of the day, it's how I see it. Like, I'd rather, especially when it comes to partnerships, I'd rather be the person where you don't like me, but I provide, protect, and you have shelter, and everything's covered, than me not have that and you don't like me. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a lot more pressure. People think, oh, women will say, oh no, but it's got nothing to. No, it's got a lot. Most marriages break up because of finances. Not everything, because infidelity and other things. But
yeah, I heard that too.
Bro, it's patting your thing, man. At the end of the day, back in the day when we was hunter gatherers, bro, like from the age of 18, especially physically as a man, you can go out, hunt, you can build shelter, and you can provide food and whatever. Your family's good. Nowadays, as a man, to make that, especially in London, it's difficult, man. And for a woman to have that respect for you, even property prices, feeding your kids. Most men can just about feed themselves. Yeah. Just put a roof over their own head. So don't stop chasing what you need to do, I think, for your family and to look after them. And I think in the long run, that will pay off. So that's kind of my motto. So I balance it, but bro, I'm not sacrificing that. Because when you're like, oh, kids got school trip, I'm like, I can't do it. You're gonna be looking at me sideways. Or, oh, he needs new trainers. Can't do it. You're looking at me sideways. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like, no, but it's alright. It's like, it's fine. And until real issues come along, but you can't even do that. You're getting bad mouth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, he didn't even do nothing. Like, yeah, he's washed up. Like, he can't do nothing. Like, he don't even do. I pay for everything.
Have you had that? Have you had that talk?
No, I would say I think I do pretty well for my kids, innit? I make sure I provide. You get what I'm saying? I got life insurance. Big up life insurance, man. Make sure you get that. I'm not gonna tell my kids how much they'll get if I pass, but yeah, they're good. Cool. Critical damage, if I'm, make sure you get that if I'm damaged. You know what I mean? Just make sure they're good savings up for them and stuff like that. Making sure the mum has enough money to feed them. Boom.
But at the moment, it's lenses over children for you, boy. Do you know what I mean?
You know what?
Your son needs new crepes. Mate, I need that flipping 75mm.
Bro, you know what it is? The maddest thing, yeah, my camera got robbed, bro.
What?
Yeah, someone broke into my car, NCP car park.
When was this?
Like, literally on the Chip and Philly Shoot, the Captain Morgans.
Oh my god.
Came back to my car, I was like, I didn't leave my back window open. And I was like, I saw, but...
Is that what they took? Just lenses?
No, I took my whole camera, my Black Magic Ursa Mini, that Pro.
That's the only thing they took?
Lenses, yeah, they took that, like, there was some other bits.
You know... Fuck.
But you know what it is, bro? Should I tell you a realization?
If that guy doesn't make some great content with that camera.
Bro, I wasn't even...
No, that's fucking peak.
I wasn't vexed about the camera, you know, if I'm honest. Like, obviously I'm insured. Obviously I'm insured for time. But I wasn't vexed about it. The reason being, bro, because I've come to a place where I don't get paid for my equipment. I get paid for me. I come with my mind, my knowledge.
Yeah.
So when I was just like, actually, bro, this is actually a good time to reflect and be like, bro, like I bring my camera if I need a little bit of extra please. But when I go to set, they hire in cameras and stuff. My gear is just like an addition if I want to try and make some more money or I want to shoot something myself. So I was like, is what it is, man. If they stole it, they stole it, man. I'll just get. I am insured, but yeah, man.
That's so shit, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't understand, like, these people who fucking just smash into cars and, like, they either just take one thing or, like, they take nothing at all.
You know what it is, yeah? I think some of them might have been banned from Hinge and Tinder and just Vex, bro.
Yeah. I don't like that.
They've been banned, man. They've been banned, bro. I still want to know. I still want to know, bro. I still want to know.
Bro, you think I don't want to know, bro? I want to know.
So what are you gonna do about it?
I gotta just do the old classic way, move to girls in real life. Yeah, can I just buy you a fucking drink?
Yeah.
Oh, let's fucking keep up, mate. Do you know what I mean? Fuck.
Do you think that works? Buying a girl a drink at the bar?
No, it doesn't, bro. They're not into you. They're into the fucking cup. That's what they're into.
Bro.
Fuck, man.
Bro, do you ever used to move to girls on the street? Have you ever done that?
Never. I've never moved to a girl on the street. Actually, hold on a minute. So when in back, I was like, I remember.
I remember it's like
me, Hashim, and Hubie once. Listen to how ghetto this is. After.
You know, when I heard 3 men approaching the girl, it sounds nuts.
Yeah.
Was there more girls? Was there more girls?
If you need the 3 men as well, it's like 3 musketeers. Look at this, 3 men.
Man said.
After a night out in Brixton,
oh, man.
This is how ghetto this is. I moved to a girl in Morley's, bro. How ghetto is that?
I said Morley's. Right. You know what? I'll let you off because was it night time?
It was night time.
Yeah, I'll let you off
because I'll go to fucking Morley's during the day. Move to a girl. Fuck that shit. Oh, yeah. Bro. After moving to a girl in Morley's during daytime, I'd probably have to like fucking shower afterwards, bro.
Nighttime, there's there's probably some things.
Are you dumb?
She's just smelling like the chicken lard. Mad.
Oh.
Nah. Oh. Moving to girls.
But do you want so bad? This is the maddest aspect. I haven't told you this. Oh, this is how waved I was, yeah. So imagine they're like sitting down here. They're having their meal. I move to one girl at the table. I get her snap and I get her number. I'm like, cool. And I just turn to her other friend.
Oh my.
I'm like moving to her friend. And she's like, yo, but you just moved to my friend. Why would I give you my snap? I was like, don't worry about her, man. No, just give me my snap.
Yeah, that's some savage ones. That's some savage ones, bro.
I'm so dead. Bro, after that night, I was like, I'm taking a shower. I feel filthy.
Have I done that?
I feel so filthy, bro.
You know what? Carnival. Yeah. Carnival, no rules, bro. Carnival, man, just, yeah, man.
Oh, Carnival was a different story.
You know what? That year, I was in mad shape. Had the two gold teeth in. Mad peak, bro. My cousin saw me, my brother from another mother, like my proper. He was like, Reeks, he said, that day, I was glad I was your cousin, because I would not want to go against you, bro. I'm telling you, that carnival was so lit. I didn't get rejected once. Like, bro, I'm not going to go into detail of that carnival.
Yeah.
But it was a
very... Going this year? You can't, can you?
I go every single year, but... Like, I don't think I've missed a carnival since a kid, but I don't know, man. I don't know. After COVID, is the vibe the same? I got a girl as well. You know what? At the end of the day, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You see my girl, she's like, oh, Reeks, I can see you with an influencer. Like, I know you'd like a girl. I'm like, no. I want my girl to be a baddie, but I don't want her to be on gram like that. And if my girl was if we went toe to toe at carnival, man would have to put in a shift. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna try and go carnival and get myself in trouble. She's like, I'm going too, because I think I'll lose the battle still.
Yeah.
You know, no one's there. I'm like, yeah, long day for me. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy myself. And I'm like, I'll be pissed, man. I'll be pissed.
I don't know, man.
I'll be pissed, man.
Making movements during carnival.
Bro.
Oh. Do you know what I mean?
I'm here for it.
What, to girls, bro? You talk about to girls? Bro, Carnival is one of the best places to move to girls. Like,
it is, but come on. And then I see these tweets where they're like, oh yeah, but then when he messages you the next morning, like, oh, I saw you from Carnival yesterday, and they're like, yeah, I don't remember this, and I don't remember you either. Bro, it's like,
bro,
it's so...
I know what you mean. You know what I mean?
If I just like wipe myself, I just see a bit of dust.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. One Carnival, yeah, I was so lit, yeah. I was so lit that Carnival, and I remember getting a message I remember getting a call from some girl, and she was like, well, okay, 2 things. This is nuts. Sorry, missus. I haven't even told you these stories.
We got time for this.
Yeah, that year was a mad year, innit? And a lot of things went on. I was waved. I brought like a bottle. Mandem didn't want to drink it. Didn't waste my money. I drank it. Yeah, mad, yeah. So I remember getting... A few things happened. I remember going to an event with my boy, Kieran Spooner. And a few things happened. Mad random. He was like, Reeks, man. This is... He's a proper... he's an A&R. And he proper like promotes, man. Even before he was an A&R. He's like, right, this is Spielberg. Like, you got to meet him. Yeah. I went and met these guys, innit? Yeah, he was like, Reeks, meet my man, innit? Yeah, whatever. Yeah. He's like, Reeks, you don't know who this is. You don't know who this is. Because he proper edified me. He said, I'm like, nah, I'm looking at my man. Bro, and he's like, it's Scribs. I'm like, Scribs. LD, bro. But he didn't have the mask on. So I didn't know who it was, innit? Yeah. So I'm like, right, how are you saying, bro? Whatever, 6, 7 youths. And I was like, okay, sick, yeah. And then some girl come up to me midway, and she was like, oh, what are you saying? I'm like, what are you saying? You good? Yeah. I know she knows the Mandem a bit or whatever. And she was like, you don't remember me, do you? I'm like, nah, like, from where? Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, not at all. And she was like, Carnival. And she said to me, I'll let you remember, innit? Couldn't remember. I'm like, I don't. So I came back to her. I said, where? She was like, Carnival. You moved to me.
Yeah.
Bro, I had no recollection of moving to her.
Flipping.
What the hell? I'm like, and she knows the Mandem. So like the man, she probably said, oh, you know your boy. Like, Rob, like, well, nice to meet you. You know what I mean?
Go back to square one.
Yeah, back to square one. I just left it because I'm like, she's too close to home. It's my boy's cousin as well, I found out. And then I got a text one time. I got a phone call. So I'm going to see some girl that I was seeing. Like, obviously, at that time I wasn't serious, so the girls knew that. But got this call. So I've landed at a house in the car. Get this call. This, was it a WhatsApp first or call? She was like, oh, hey, how you doing, Ricardo? Like, hey, how you doing? Yeah. She's like, you're right. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, who's this? And she's like, you don't remember? I'm like, nah, same thing. She's like, Sienna, whatever. I'm like, and then she used to probably go and feisty. I'm like, who are you? Like,
yeah.
So we got into it, but I think she liked how chic he was. And she was like, Carnival, like, I think we met. Like, I think you moved to me. I'm like, you know I moved to you. You got my number, yeah. I bear them Carnival stories, man. So it was a bit mad, man. Carnival, yeah, man. I'm going to stay away from it. Unless I'm there, I'll probably go with my missus this time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go with my missus, because, yeah.
It is good vibes, though. Like, it's mad. You leave your area, and it's, like, deserted. And then you come out of Notting Hill Station, and it's just rammed. And somehow the weather just changes completely. It's insane. Yeah. The vibe on that day is nuts.
Oh, it's mad. It's mad. Do you go? Do you normally go?
Yeah, I started going like from 2 years ago.
Okay, sick.
My friend was like, just trust me, just come.
Yeah.
After that, the rest is history. I'm like, this is banging.
Yeah, I might buck up with you in Carnival one time.
Yeah, man, I could roll through. I might be going with Dale as well.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Vibe.
Well, he normally goes on a float, right? I heard he goes with
yeah.
That's the best experience, bro. If you ever go with a float, best
experience. Going with a big group, like I'd love to go with a big group.
Yeah, if you go, bro, like, I remember my cousin telling me, he's like, Reeks, go with a float. Like, it's nothing like it. I was like, bro, how sick can it be? Like, to stay in Carnival.
I'd think, like, being on the outside, being able to...
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bro, so lit. I remember I went one Carnival, same year, and I boxed up in my bedrooms. They all went to, like, the girls' school that was next to my boys' school, innit? That I went to. Oh, Reeks, I hadn't seen them in years, innit? Obviously, man was, you know what I mean? So, chilled with them. Next thing, I lost the Mandem. I'm like, I was stopping too much, innit, for, you know what I mean? So they just left, man. So I'm like, but they're in the float, they're in the thing. So I was there now. I'm like, my boys are gone. I'm with you lots. I'm in the thing. Hey, whatever. And then security guard was like, you need to get out. Chop me out. Come back in. Chop me out. And the girls are like, he's lost his friends. Like, come on, it's calm. He's my bedroom. Like, the chop me out. This guy, I think he was just pissed. I think he was jealous because the girls, some of my bedrooms are laying in it. I think he was just like, no, how's this you not coming in here, not paying, I didn't know you had to pay as well. I was not privy to that, innit? So I just paid another security guard, came on the wristbands. When he went to chop me out again, I was like, bro, look like, what are you saying, bro?
I got it right here.
Yeah, bro, like, what you on? Yeah, he was pissed, but yeah, bro, when I tell you that was because you know what? Because I'm with a group of girls, I can dance with my bedrooms that are there. Yeah, have a lit time. I can just exit and cut. If I see a thing, bah, out, back in. Bro, lit. Best carnival I ever had.
Man,
best carnival I ever had.
I've had like a crazy carnival experience. It's always been like a vibe.
Can you dance, man?
Really? Can I dance?
Yeah, I haven't seen you dance.
I can dance, yeah.
Yeah, then you're
I used to break dance back in the day.
Okay.
You
do that when a carnival?
No, not a carnival.
Imagine.
If I do a pop dance in carnival, I think I'll get questioned. They'll probably just tell me to stand next to the police, bro.
If you go with the flow, bro, like it's worth it, bro. It's worth it, man.
Question is, can I whine? On to the next question.
Bro, it's a little trip, man. And when you just like, just do this one, like, bro, I don't even know what's going on. It's just like a little
That's
trip.
the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you kind of move forward to them, innit? It's just kind of like, just rock out.
Just lean back. Yeah, bro, that's good enough, bro. Come on, man. That's a little jiggle there, man. Come on, man. Jiggling with the back and that. Come on, man. You're good. You're good to go, bro. As long as you know how to step with it.
Well, I'm going to start practicing after fucking got banned from Hinge and Tinder, innit? Bro, I got to practice from now on. I can't be doing that shit on.
Carnival was a solid
See, before I used to just drop gifts, innit? Just whine. Send that gift.
Wine question mark.
See, this is where the butt activity is.
No, actually. now I've got to show it physically. I've got to go home and practice and shit. I'm like, why, man?
Yeah, bro.
How can an app just bar you from doing anything? It's an app. It's digital. Do you know what I mean? It's all pixels.
It's the gifts, man. He's doing too much gifts. They thought, this bro, can he speak?
That's not even how I move to girls. I don't even use gifts.
So, okay, what was your process? How do you move to girls? How do you slide into the...
Yeah, what's the first message?
Yeah, what's the first message, bro?
It depends who it is. I can't...
My name's Amir. I work for Waller Comedy. I know chunks.
If someone's lame, I'll let them know. Like, they are lame.
Does it work?
I don't do any sort of, what's it called? Like,
Beat around the bush.
yeah, I don't do like pickup lines. I don't do that shit.
Girls kind of like you on the mats apparently. But I don't know. I don't do it.
All that shit, man.
I'm like, I'm not that way inclined. But yeah, with the girl, like when you say you don't do like what if she's leng, how like what's the response? Because you know some girls might be like, oh,
they'll say the same in return.
Okay, love that.
They'll actually say the same in return.
Love that.
When they say the same in return, I go into phase 2.
What's phase 2? We'll get to the root of why you're bad.
This is the fucking blueprint. I've just mapped it out now. It's on the table. Yeah,
phase 2.
Phase 2. That's no. Like I just start moving to them. Innit? There is no like. I just don't be around the bush, man. I just don't be around the bush. Do you say that? I don't like I'm so impatient as a person. I'm just so impatient. I don't like wasting time.
But do you say that are you honest if you're there for like just a hookup or you there for like a relationship?
I never even mention hookups, you know. I swear to God, like the first thing is never about relationships or just a hookup. It's never. The first 10 minutes of the conversations will never ever be about that. Never. I swear. This is why I'm so. You know, like first 10 minutes of a conversation, it will never be about hookups or relationships. I swear to God. Which is why I'm so spun. That's why I got banned. Because I swear I don't say anything horrible. I don't target. I don't do anything mad. Like I just don't.
You say like your pom pom's fat.
Even bro, like when I got.
You didn't have that, bro. So you be honest with us, man.
So mad. Never. Which is, I swear, do you know what I told my friend this as well? When I got banned, I felt like a criminal.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Am I on there like top 10 most wanted on it? Do you reckon in the head office they have my name, like my fucking picture just at the top, just slapped on the top of the fucking board?
Oh, man.
I don't, man. I don't know. I wish I knew, and I wish I knew. Such a shame, man. People gonna look at this like, this guy is chatting the most shit.
You might think you're a Savile, bro. That's serious. The Tinder swindler. Tinder swindler. That's what he was doing.
Do you know what's so mad?
Let me see the crips right now.
Do you know what's so mad?
You got the vapors.
Nana Rose actually got me these.
Sick.
Bless her, man.
Yeah, Philly actually got me these as well.
That's it.
They gave them to me.
Yeah, they're quite nice.
Yeah, they gave them to me.
They're quite nice.
Yeah, we got Phil's.
Do you know what's so mad? Not knowing what I've done. Yeah, have you seen the documentary? Yeah. Surely he must have been like a bot. Yo, I need like 10 bags. Every time I need 10 bags.
No, but he does the love thing. Like,
how the fuck did they not detect him?
You just change leng for love. I mean, love for leng. You're leng. I'm in love. That's what it was like. The same line.
Yeah, they picked up. Oh, he's in love, guys. Right? Let him move to phase 2. Let him
I was thinking, bro. Like, man's doing the podcast studio thing every week and that. Yeah. Where's the money coming from? Man, just hiding it, stashing it. Trims always looking nice and that. Listen. I was like, right. He's swindling, boy. He was swindling.
Stop it.
I was like, man, you're feeling good nowadays. Smiles, all, you know what I mean, on set. Man's thinking of fresh ideas, all sorts. I was like, yeah, man, I created this show. Like, it just sounded like, right, man, everything's going well. I'm like, yeah, man.
Bro, we got like 15 minutes left.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you this, innit? I wanted to give you a scenario and I wanted to know how you would set the scene, basically. So let's say dystopian in like 2060, 2070, 2080, just far ahead into the future. And then you had a guy moving to a girl. How would you set the scene?
In terms of D.O.P. wise?
D.O.P. wise. How would you set the scene in a dystopian universe? A guy moving to a girl. Very futuristic. Yeah, how would you go about setting the scene?
I think the first thing is speaking to obviously director, writer, looking at the script, understanding where he's coming from, looking at the nuances of the world. Like, you know what I mean? Is like how like has the writer considered the mundane stuff that we will see today in this dystopian world? So, for example, is a mother pushing a pushchair? How would that look like now? Is he wrapped in vines around the back or in a wheelbarrow? Like, what is that looking like? And kind of working with art department to kind of make sure that we're creating that look, you know, and that feel to what's going on around the whole scene. You know what I mean? And making sure that what the buildings look like, what would happen after a certain amount of time, studying videos, what that would look like. Working heavy with art department because that definitely makes a scene, you know what I mean? I can work magic with light, but if I'm lighting a white room in a dystopian world, it looks like a white room, you know what I mean? So that's my first point on cool. After that, it's just like, what's the action? You know what I mean? The guy's moving to the girl. What angles can we get? How can we emphasize like who? It's understanding the characters, like whose perspective are we coming from? Is it from him? You know what I mean? Is it from his perspective? Is it how the girl feels uncomfortable? They feel warm about it, and that will then inform where I place the camera, you know? You know what I mean? Is it a POV? Is it distant where we're kind of pre in the conversation like it wasn't meant to be happening? You know what I mean? And just figuring out them kind of nuances there. And then after that, it's down to lighting, man. Like, okay, what time of day works with this? For example, if you're moving to a girl, if it was a creepy one, you might say it at night or we at night time, you know what I mean? Or we in blue hour, so it looks more beautiful. And at times, it's a bit more romantic. Just thinking about how we're going to tell the story, you know? And I feel like the further I go in my career, it's about telling the story and I light accordingly and frame accordingly and stuff like that. So yeah, man, that's how I would do it. Art department, what time of day to set the moods, make lighting complement that and make the shots come from the character's perspective to give that feeling to it, whether it's edgy or not, you know what I mean?
Sick. Rapid question as well. What is the most advanced skill you have acquired as a cinematographer?
Ooh, that's a big question. Ooh, bro, that's a tough one. Rapid question. I think lighting's the most obvious. I think my lighting techniques become quite advanced, I would say. Obviously, my shows are very different, but when I translate it to film, I feel like lighting can do a big thing. But I think one of the best things is communicating with the crew. And it's not really a skill, but realizing that I'm responsible for everything that's in front of camera. So when you realize that, if there's styling, okay, you're wearing black. Like black doesn't suit the scene. So realizing that you need to be in all the conversations early to make sure you can get the best image and color palettes and everything. So yeah, prep.
The most rewarding production you've been on?
Experience wise, traveling to 5 different states in America with Chunks and AJ Shabil on the Footasylum thing. That was very.
Was that what's it called again?
Travel guide.
Travel guide.
Yeah,
that's
travel
it.
guide. That was very rewarding, and Thailand and stuff like that.
Really?
And rewarding an experience, like in terms of like we're traveling. You know, that whole series we traveled Thailand, Singapore, then we went to 5 different states. I think we went to Nevada, went to Area 51. Different places, stuff.
Wow, you went to Area 51?
Yeah, we went to Area 51. That was very fun.
That's mad.
We stayed in this little alien hotel, bruv. It's weird. This is weird. In the
Is
middle
it?
of nowhere, bruv. It was sick. So I think that's the most rewarding experience-wise. The first thing off the top of my head. Yeah, I think that's the first thing that will come to mind, experience.
Favorite lenses to use?
I've been dancing about recently. I used to use the Cook S4s, but I think right now I'm on the Signature Primes. Ari's got a new camera called the Ari Mini LF. It's like the full frame Ari camera, Ari Alexa sensors, unbeatable. Like I could replace all my shoots, put this camera in with these set of lenses, and it will look way better.
Give me one shoot that you've used it on. Have you used it on any of the Footasylum ones?
No, because multicam, getting multiple cameras is expensive.
Yeah, you're right.
So them lenses and stuff, I have to keep it. I did use 2 minis. I didn't use LFs on the Spotify shoot. I got a short film coming that I'm shooting on the Signature Primes. And I've done a music video with a guy called Lassane. That's on my page, Action Warrior Reeks on Instagram, and you'll find Lassane's video, which got a lot of good acclaim. Yeah, man.
Last one. What do you think of the current state of cinematography in the mainstream and world cinema at the moment?
I think it's changing. A lot of cinematographers are a lot older. Back in the day, like 50, 60 to reap the rewards. Them guys are still kings, and obviously by the time I'm 50, the amount of experience I would have racked up will be immense. But I think you got a lot of younger cinematographers coming through who are amazing, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot more younger cinematographers creating films, which is great. I feel like cinematography is something that the mainstream are starting to understand. People didn't know what a DOP was. Now you speak to somebody and they've got a mild understanding, even though the role exists. So I think it's good. It's becoming more accessible, and it's going to be, cinematography is not going to be about access anymore. It's going to be about how skilled you are and how talented you are, because cameras are becoming more affordable. There's more online's open up a whole world that anyone could now become a cinematographer if they really put their mind to it. You've got YouTube that teaches many of things. I've got my own YouTube as well. I'm gonna shout that out where I start teaching as well, and I will further that myself. But yeah, I think cinematography is gonna be amazing. We're gonna have some talents that are gonna blow us out the water. These young buds are just gonna be like so talented, and there are some already. So I think cinematography is in a good place. I just think the UK need to make film in general more of a staple. Like there's not a lot of great shorts, I don't think, over here. I think there's a lot of shorts, but ones that actually stand out. And I feel like film in the UK is definitely on the rise, and I think it's in a positive place, you know. So yeah, that's what.
Well said, man. Bro, Rico, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on. Such a great episode, man. I'm actually excited for this one. No worries, bro. I appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much. Specs as well. Thank you so much, bro.
Big up, man.
Love. Thank you so much.
Thank you.